welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another story time. Today we're going to talk about baby blues, postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression, and overcoming it. So a lot of people don't know this about me because I hid everything, because that's just the type of person I am. I want to be strong to everybody else, you know. So let's start from the beginning. First, if you hear anybody rustling around or playing with their toys, Mila's right here, playing on a rocking chair. But, alright, let's get started. So, when I first had her, I had the retained placenta, which tricks your body to thinking that it's still pregnant, but not pregnant. It's pregnant, but not pregnant. So your hormones are like all wacko. And so I came home from the hospital and went to the pharmacy, and at the pharmacy someone, or the people at the desk, asked me my address. I started crying. What? So this is the baby blues. This is what I had right after I had her, and I would cry. I wouldn't have necessarily cried on the outside, but inside I was crumbling like a little cookie. So I did cry a lot over a lot of things. I also had a lot of ultrasounds, and I had the DNC eventually, but I had a lot of the unknown happening. I was hemorrhaging. I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted, let me grab her. I just wanted to be normal. And I remember specifically talking to my sister and just saying, I want to be normal. Thankfully, I'm normal now. But I had a lot of that in the beginning. A lot of tears. Not necessarily to the world, but yes, internal. So after that came a little bit of anxiety, postpartum anxiety, I would say. I was really anxious, like when she cried. Now I'm good, obviously, but I didn't want her to cry. So her first bath, she screamed her brains out. Luckily, my mom gave it to her. And I was having so much anxiety because I didn't want her to cry. And I know changing her clothes, she would cry. So every time I was like cringing just a little bit, because she would cry when you changed her clothes or gave her a bath. So that was a little bit of my postpartum anxiety. And a little bit of the depression, I would say, just a smidge of it that I had, came after that. And it throws in a little bit of mom guilt, which isn't talked about enough, I don't think. So I had a little bit of things would happen to her, and then inside I would be thinking that I did that on purpose. Which sounds crazy now to talk about it, and I never talked about it to anybody. 0 people know, not even my sister. Nobody knew about any of this, not my husband. Nobody knew about anything, because to me, I was like, I wanted this baby so bad, and now I'm thinking these things like I'm doing things on purpose, but I'm not. But I know I'm not, but I'm thinking I am. I was having all this up and down. After you have a baby, you're already like up and down emotionally. And to have all this on top, the retained placenta, and then to be thinking these things, I never wanted to harm her or it never got to that extent. But to think that I would do things on purpose, or that I didn't love her enough if she cried, or I would think, oh, she doesn't love me, or what you do? Yes. So that came along after, kind of in the little steps, step by step. So I would think like that, just that she, like I do things on purpose, or if she wouldn't cry with somebody but would cry with me, I'm like, must be something that I'm doing wrong. Anywho, this went on till recently, just about a month and a half ago, I started talking about it. And I don't know what triggered me to talk about it more so. I think I was just done thinking like that, and I didn't have to live like that. And I wanted to change it because I was always thinking like that. I know, every time, every situation. I was just thinking like that, and I didn't want to think about that, didn't think like that anymore. So I started talking to my husband, and we were just talking about changing the way I was thinking, or when thoughts like that would come up, how to handle it internally. And I talked to my sister, and I talked to my mom, and that was like the turning point, I would say, of the whole situation, was talking about it. So if you're going through any form of it, any form, because I thought, well, it's not severe, like I'm depressed and don't want to get out of bed, so maybe I don't have it. But I'm crying a lot, but I don't have it, but I do have it. So you like go back and forth, like I have it, I don't have it. I have it, I don't have it. I don't know what's going on. You have a new baby, you're not sleeping, maybe because I'm tired, maybe because of this. I would say, yes, you don't want me to talk. I would say just talk about it. Because once I started talking about it, and I talked about it to my family and my husband, it has changed completely. I would start saying to myself, if any of those thoughts would come in, like, oh, you did that on purpose, or, oh, she doesn't love you, or, you know, stuff like that. I promise she loves me. Just pulling my hair. Huh. I would just tell myself, internally, that to stop. Stop thinking that way. It's not true. It's just what my brain is telling me, and, you know, stuff like that. And talking it out with people really helped. So I am also making this video because I want other people to feel like they're not alone. Because you kind of do feel alone, even though it's out there and there's videos of people. But not, a lot of it is the extreme. It's either people are like, need medication, or they don't talk about it. There's not that in between where just need to talk it out or talk about it, because you might not be as extreme, but you still want to relate to somebody that kind of feels a little bit of the same things. So since I started talking about it, I haven't thought anything with her like I did it on purpose, or situations would happen and I'd be like internally thinking like that I did it on purpose, or situations like that. Yeah. Yeah. I would say that it didn't, going back to work, I would say kind of affected it, because I went back after 6 weeks, directly after 6 weeks, and I would say that I was having the mom guilt of leaving her, but having money to provide, but having this job that I always wanted, going to college and doing exactly what I wanted to do, and then having to leave her every day. So the mom guilt came in there, and mom guilt, I think, is something that everybody struggles with internally, just situation by situation. And I'm still obviously struggling with mom guilt, because I think that's something that never goes away fully, because you always want to give the best. Yeah, give the best. And sometimes it's hard to do that in every situation. Crazy hair. This is why we have crazy hair, because we just want to pull everything out of our hair. Yes. So, that's my story. I am in a much better place now. I don't think it affected her at all, really, because it was more of an internal thing. I always was sure that I wasn't going to put any of that on her, that I always gave her love and did all of the things. But I think internally it just slightly a struggle that I had, and I think other moms have it too, and it's just something you silently struggle with, and I don't think it's something you have to. I think you just talk about it, and it's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad mom. It doesn't mean camera died, of course. But I was saying that the silent struggle that you don't have to go through, just got to talk about it. You can leave in the comments your story if you want to. If you don't, that's okay too. When you're ready, you will talk about it, because I wasn't ready for a long time, obviously. The first 11, 12 months, I wasn't ready to talk about it. So, but you don't have to do it alone. It's okay. All right, that's the end of our story time. Yes. Mom. Kitty. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye-bye. Mwah. Hi everyone, welcome to our morning routine. This is me.